UNI-Dome in Cedar Falls, as Cedar Falls Community Television is excited to provide you with high school football playoff coverage. As tonight, it's a Class 5A quarterfinal matchup as Cedar Falls hosts West Des Moines Valley. Hi, everybody. Mark Simpson with you, along with the coach, John Yoakum. And, John, I don't think a lot of people thought this would be the matchup in the quarterfinals going into the tournament.
Yeah, West Des Moines Valley, you call it upset if you want to against Pleasant Valley, but you know the competition that Valley plays night in and night out in their area. So, you know, it might not have been a surprise to a lot of people.
And Cedar Falls avenging a regular season loss as they beat Ankeny Centennial in the first round. As we look at the quarterfinal matchups in 5A and Pod D is where this game is being played, as Cedar Falls hosting Valley. And then you look at the other matchups tonight in the big schools here in the state of Iowa. Now in the first round of the playoffs, again, that shocker by Valley over Pleasant Valley, 15-10. And then you see the Cedar Falls Tigers winning that defensive battle against Ankeny Centennial. The other games, for the most part, went on as expected in the first round of the Class 5A playoffs. As we look at the numbers, an edge to West Des Moines Valley going into tonight, but that's no surprise. Cedar Falls offense has struggled this year. They hang their hat on their defense. And well, the Valley Tigers got off to a slow start, 1-2 going into week 4 of the regular season, but since then have won 5 of their last 7 and are on a 2-game winning streak heading into this quarterfinal matchup. Meanwhile, for Cedar Falls, they also got off to a slow start, 2-2 after the 4th week of the season. Right now, they're riding a 6-game winning streak and feeling good about themselves. Our players to watch on defense for Cedar Falls, Andrew Gertis, middle linebacker who comes at you. He plays physical, he plays hard, and he's an impact player, John.
Yeah, he's exciting to watch. He always has kind of a nose for the football, and he comes with bad intentions.
And our offensive player to watch is Derek Woods. And a lot of people are going, what? Yeah, Derek Woods. You look at his left hand, we thought he was lost for the year after suffering a broken thumb. Did not play in the quarterfinal win against Ankeny Centennial. We got word late in the week that he will be playing tonight. He is a playmaker, but you wonder how much he can do playing with that broken thumb and that cast on his left wrist.
Well, you know he's going to give it his best effort, and he's a leader out there. You know, no matter what he brings offensively, he's a shot in the arm for the team that, hey, you got your leader back, and so it's good to have him out there.
So 2 perennial powers in the big schools in the state meeting up here at the UNI-Dome as Cedar Falls hosting West Des Moines Valley, and we'll have the opening kickoff coming up right after this. This is Cedar Falls High School football on Cedar Falls Community Television.
The Iowa High School Athletic Association needs your help to add registered sports officials this school year. Officials are needed at all levels in all IHSAA sanctioned sports. Officiating allows you to stay close to the action while serving as a community leader. And in Iowa, high school and junior high games can't take place without them. Visit www.ihsaa.org/officials or highschoolofficials.com for more information. Help the IHSAA add one today.
Welcome back. We're at the UNI-Dome. Mark Simpson along with John Yoakum here on Cedar Falls Community Television. Rico Alvarenga ready to kick off for West Des Moines Valley. And we are ready for Class 5A quarterfinal high school football coverage here from the Dome. Ben Russell back deep for Cedar Falls. He'll get a chance. He comes up to the ball at the 8, and we see Russell moving middle of the field and takes it across the 25 to about the 29-yard line.
Yeah, pretty good little wedge there for Russell. Good starting field position for the Cedar Falls Tigers.
Cedar Falls 8-2 on the year. Valley 6-4. Cedar Falls offensively, a ground-heavy orientation talented team, averaging 165 yards on the ground this season. They're led by Drake Gelhaus with 1,353 yards coming in. It's a Tiger team that has struggled at times offensively during the course of the season. How will they do against this big Valley defense? Tate Hermanson, the junior quarterback, rolling out to his right. Cedar Falls throwing on first down to the sidelines, and Logan Rowe, the wide receiver, makes a catch right at the 41, and that's a first down for Cedar Falls.
Cedar Falls likes to play against tendencies here. You think it's going to be Gelhaus right away, play action. Nice catch there by Rowe on the edge.
Logan Rowe now has 22 receptions on the year. That ties him with Derek Woods for the team lead. Rowe and Smith split wide to the left. Tigers go out of the I. Shea Buscole is the H-back, blocking for Gelhaus, one of the state's leading rushers. First look, Gelhaus going to his right, has a seam and finds his way for about 6 yards before he's brought down. Tackle made on the play by Gage Olson. Cole Sonnenberg, 33 for the Valley Tigers.
Good gain there on first down for the Tigers. They pulled Simmer and Peters there to get some extra numbers on the right side, and Gelhaus able to pick up 6 or 7 there.
Second down and 4. Just underway, opening drive for Cedar Falls. Averaging about 23 points a ball game. Play action. Under pressure, though, is Hermanson, the quarterback. Now he's going to take off and try to run with it. Gets to the line of scrimmage, but there is a flag down back at the 39-yard line. It's usually a hold, and that is the call against Cedar Falls.
That's just where you can't get away with a hold on the edge.
Chase Hutchinson with the pressure on Hermanson, forcing him out of the pocket. So the ball goes way back to the 29. Cedar Falls not a good team working from behind. Now it's a second down and 20 coming up.
I think they took it from the spot of the foul.
Ball back to the 29. Derek Woods out on the field, playing with a broken left thumb, heavily with a black cast, heavily taped up. Not a good exchange on the snap, and Hermanson handing off to Gelhaus, and he is hounded and brought down at the 30-yard line.
They're fortunate they're not the fumble here. It's kind of a bobbled snap. Had a hard time getting it to Gelhaus there. Yeah, the big thing is just not to turn the ball over here. We have a great special teams, so.
Cyril Fountain, 6 foot, 265-pound senior, coming up with the stop. Now it's a third down and 20. Ball right at the 31-yard line. Tigers into a passing formation. In motion is Caden Smith. Low snap, looking to his left. Long pass across the field by Hermanson, going up, and it's incomplete. As the intended receiver, Mitchell Darst, is well covered. Incomplete.
Great coverage on the edge there by Pinks for Valley. You'll see it right here on the edge. Runs right with him, has his head turned, gets his arms up right as the eyes go up to make the catch. He puts his arms straight up and knocks it away. Great coverage there.
And Darst, who's only caught one pass on the year coming into this, kind of an unexpected target for Cedar Falls.
He definitely has some speed on the edge, so they're trying to beat him downfield there.
Jake Holstein, averaging 44 yards a punt. He is a weapon for Cedar Falls. Gets a kick and coming up to the ball at the 34. Missed one man, still on his feet, and then tripped up at the 39-yard line is Isaiah Pinks, who we were just talking about moments ago. And good field position for Valley. Now, both teams are the Tigers, so we're going to try to go to Cedar Falls and Valley throughout the evening. We'll see how that goes.
Predicting a Tiger victory tonight, Mark.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Well, this is the record for teams in the, for Cedar Falls in the playoffs. Their 33rd year, their overall record. 46-31 overall. Valley, 38th year in the postseason. Look at that impressive record, 65-31. Valley 31 straight years in the postseason. Mercy. And this is on 1st and 10. Aiden Price on the jet sweep. He is a weapon as he picks up a couple of yards on that play. But coming into the game, he has 233 yards rushing. They like to use him a lot. He also has 44 receptions.
Yeah, he's somebody that doesn't have a ton of carries, but his yards per carry are the highest on the team at 9.7, almost 10 yards a carry.
2nd down and 8. Cedar Falls, a very stingy defense, giving up just about 10.6 points a game this year. Michael Provenza, senior quarterback, completing 65% of his passes. Gets the snap. Play action. He's going to run with it. No. Keeps it. Throws it off. Right into the hands of Ben Russell for Cedar Falls, who comes away with the interception. Provenza.
Got to see what the penalty is here. Penalty flag. I'm guessing it's a legal man downfield.
A flag right at the 46-yard line. So Provenza kind of hesitated on who's he going to throw to, and then release the ball right into the hands of Ben Russell. Comes up with his first interception of the season.
And the officials already marked first down. You can see some of the Valley linemen got downfield on that. That's just the pressure Campbell puts on from that defensive end spot, and just made a quick decision, and that was fortunate for Cedar Falls there to get the turnover.
Ball at the 28-yard line. Cedar Falls last week struggled offensively, but got 2 turnovers and were opportunistic and scored both touchdowns on good field position following the takeaways to beat Ankeny Centennial 14-10. Drake Gelhaus plunges his way for about 2 yards off the left side of the line of scrimmage. Ramez Naba with the tackle for Valley.
Yeah, one thing that jumps off of you here is just the size and strength of the Valley defensive line. They have a hard time moving them, but it's important to stay on positive yards 1st and 2nd down here for the Tigers.
Cedar Falls breaks from the huddle. Hermanson will work out of the shotgun. Gelhaus to his left. And quick, they faked the pitch to Gelhaus. Now they'll throw it across the field and out of play into the stands. And just throwing that ball away was Hermanson.
Well, it definitely was something you weren't going to be expecting. Kind of Buscolan kind of a wheel route there. But the thing I really like about Hermanson all year is he's not putting the ball in danger there. It wasn't open, so just throw it over the receiver and move on to the next play.
Josh Brown, Chase Hutchinson with the coverage, not a chance, and Hermanson wisely just throws it away. But now it's 3rd down and 8. 8:18 remaining here in quarter number 1. Trips right for Cedar Falls, and Cedar Falls is moving a little bit early.
I think it might have had a couple guys maybe close to moving early. Looked to me like Rowe was almost in motion too in the slot.
So now it'll be a 3rd down and 13. Cedar Falls has to get to the 18-yard line to pick up a 1st down here at the UNI-Dome.
And every yard's important here because Holstein has the ability to make a long field goal, but it's right on the edge of what he can do.
Jake Holstein, Cedar Falls kicker, as long as a 47 this year. He has a strong leg and playing indoors. But Tigers need about 5, 6, 7 more yards here. Roll out to the right. Hermanson has time. Pump fake. Now he's going to take off and runs out of bounds diagonally right about the 25-yard line.
Going to give a field goal a shot here, but Hermanson did a nice job picking up about 6 or 7 yards there.
About 42-yarder, it looks like, for Jake Holstein, a senior. He's 3 for 6 this year in field goal attempts. As I mentioned, his season-long 47. Ryan Bowling is the holder. Shea Buskell is the long snapper. Kick on the way. Plenty of leg. It is up. It is good. And Cedar Falls gets the interception, and they get 3 points out of it as Jake Holstein, with plenty of leg, drills that one from 42 yards out, and Cedar Falls on top 3-0.
Yeah, my only concern was it potentially going left, but snuck it right in there inside the upright, and good start for Cedar Falls there. Gets a turnover and turns it into points. In high school football, that's such a weapon. Being able to punt the ball 40-plus yards and being able to make a 45-yard field goal is not the norm in high school football. So Holstein's been a huge weapon for Cedar Falls all year.
And very strong on his kickoffs this year. He has 30 touchbacks this season. So it's a 3-0 lead on the field goal by Jake Holstein. That all set up by the Ben Russell interception, on giving the Tigers excellent field position. So Xavier Robinson and I believe that's Andrew Price, will be the two deep men for Valley, standing at the 5-yard line. Holstein plans to attend the Naval Academy. Anchors away as he boots that into the end zone. And it's 1st and 10 at the 20 for Valley.
Ball was setting sail to the end zone.
There you go. That's better. All right, so Michael Provenza and the Valley Tigers on offense. Darius Mason is the running back, leads them in 616 yards. They have
5 yards a carry. That's impressive. I mean, the whole team is averaging 5.5 yards a carry, so definitely effective on the ground.
Gary Swenson, longtime coach at Valley, ultra successful in his 28th year. Big tight end Bryce Anderson, 6'6", lines up on to the right. They'll go up the middle. Running room for Mason, and Mason pulls his way for a first down. But there was a big hole, and then he was hard to bring down for those final couple of yards.
Yeah, Mason's a guy you got to get him stopped before he gets going. He gets ahead of his team going. You can see how hard it is to tackle him there. Whelan tries to put his shoulder into him. It's just not enough.
5'11", 220. Just a sophomore.
It's like trying to catch a bowling ball going downhill. Looks like it was just power.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Valley with a huge offensive line. Strong side again to the right, out of the gun, Provenza. And again, it's Mason up the middle. And he's slowed down this time, picks up just a couple. Good play by Cedar Falls. Noah Thayer disrupting things in the middle.
You know, I think after that turnover Valley had, I think they wanted to establish the run here. Come out, get going on the ground first.
2nd down and 7, ball at the 34. We're in the first quarter. Cedar Falls leading 3-0. On the field goal, unofficially 43 yards by Jake Holstein. Xavier Robinson in motion. They fake it to him, and Provenza will run up the middle and finds a seam, and enough for a first down.
And that's a great read there by the quarterback, Provenza. Campbell comes across and crushes the jet sweep guy. Quarterback just keeps it.
Drew Campbell, stud defensive end for Cedar Falls, junior, 6'4", 222 pounds. As a defensive end, 3rd on the team in tackles. Has 19 tackles for losses, 9 sacks. Provenza guiding the Valley now, 2 consecutive first downs as they approach midfield. Mason off the right side, and again a good surge. And he gets that Panther logo up to about the 47-yard line.
Cedar Falls is trying to send Campbell to the strong side every time, trying to go with the tight end, and Valley ran power kind of to the weak side, and good pickup there on first down.
2nd down and 3. It's interesting about Drew Campbell. His father, Dave, was coached by Gary Swenson at Spencer High School. Small world, isn't it?
It is.
Provenza again with Mason. This time he's hit at the line of scrimmage, and the Tigers will stop him for a no gain.
Good stop there by Drew Langner.
Langner, the strong side linebacker for Cedar Falls with the tackle. Mopping up the play, Drew Campbell.
That was just a good read there by Langner. He kind of read the play and blitzed through that A gap and wrapped him up. Like I said, you got to stop him before he gets going. If Mason gets ahead of steam, he's going to be hard to tackle.
5:20 remaining in the first quarter. 3-0 Cedar Falls. 3rd and 3 coming up for Valley. So they shift putting the strong side on the left.
Okay.
And play action, and Provenza's going to take off. Can he get the first down? He does, and down the sidelines he goes before he's brought out of play near the 35-yard line.
Looks like Thayer tripped or slipped a little bit here. We kind of had him accounted for right here on the edge, and then maybe got tripped a little bit. And great play by Provenza there to get there to the sideline.
So it's 1st and 10. They're going to say he went out of bounds at the 37. And Valley has something going here as they convert on 3rd and 3. Last week in the upset win against Pleasant Valley, they had 2 drives, which were 16 plays.
It's a Wildcat here.
That's pretty impressive. Oh, they give it to Price, and here's Price surging his way, and good yardage again on 1st down. Boy, what a difference it makes when it's 2nd down and 3, 2nd down and 2. As Valley starting to get some holes up the middle.
It opens everything up when you get 2nd and 3. You can run any play you want, but that Wildcat offense is nice because it adds an extra blocker there. The quarterback can just run the ball.
Aiden Price, 6 foot, 190-pound senior. Getting one of those playmakers for Valley. He also has, again, 44 catches. Valley in rhythm offensively. And just as I say that, the announcer's jinx says there will be a penalty against Valley. A legal procedure.
Yeah, Cedar Falls really needs to try to take advantage of this here. Now it's 2nd and long, and Valley's been 2nd and short most of the night here. So
for the season, Valley averaging 275 yards per game, like Cedar Falls. They rely on a strong ground attack, averaging 174 yards on the ground, 101 through the air.
You can see they've already had 3 or 4 guys carry the ball, and they're all carrying at a good clip.
So we have a 2nd down and 8 coming up for Valley. Provenza looking right. Now he runs and has a seam. Breaks a tackle. Takes it all the way inside the 20 as the legs of Michael Provenza guiding Valley down the field. He came into the game with 452 yards rushing, and he's been an effective weapon on this long drive.
And that's a quarterback draw the whole way. The running back was the lead blocker there, and I think it was Damon Head with the lead block there, and great run by Provenza. He got a little shake to him too. He's quick.
Now the ball at the 19-yard line. There's that big tight end, Bryce Anderson, hard to miss out on the field. Mason up the middle. No, Damon Head getting his first carry. And Damon Head, the junior, gobbles up a quick 4 yards. 2nd down and 6. Valley spelling the end zone as they had the ball at the 15-yard line. Cedar Falls leading 3-0, but this has been a long, time-consuming drive by Valley.
Love to force a field goal attempt here, but
this has been on the ground this entire drive. They fake the pitch. Provenza in trouble, escapes, throws it, and the ball is dropped. It was thrown a little bit behind Xavier Robinson, and he could not bring it in. And that's now 3rd down coming up.
You want to see how athletic Provenza is. Here's the Tigers' leading tackler, probably best tackler, just whiffs, and it's just a little shake there, a little bit of quickness. We're fortunate there that pass is incomplete, but he's been impressive.
Xavier Robinson, sophomore with 20 catches on the year, had the reach back. That's kind of a difficult catch. He was running across the field from his, just could not bring that in. Now it's a passing formation for Valley, but they'll go with Mason, and look at Mason, plows ahead, 1st down. Darius Mason.
It kind of felt like they were going to have 2 downs to get 7 yards, and they're just going to try to plow straight ahead.
Now the ball at the 9. Clock continues to move. 2:28. It's been a methodical drive by Valley. They're down 3-0, but they have the momentum right now. So 1st and goal coming up as they break from the huddle. Tiger defense trying to stiffen up here at the UNI-Dome. Now it's the Wildcat. They have Price at quarterback. And before the ball is snapped, we might have a timeout taken by Valley. We do.
Well, they weren't happy there because it took them a while to get into that formation, and they had to burn a timeout.
So Gary Swenson, longtime coach at Valley. He's been there again 28 years, 48 years of coaching. He is the fourth all-time leader in coaching victories in the state of Iowa. So he has put together a tremendous career. We'll have more on him in just a second. Sponsors for tonight's game include CFU Cable and Channel 15. Your home for Cedar Falls Tigers sports in Cedar Falls. Coverage of this event is made possible by CFU Cable subscribers. Without your support of CFU Cable TV, this broadcast would not happen, and local TV coverage would not be possible. Cedar Falls Channel 15 is available on Basic or Basic Plus cable TV plans. For more information, go to CFU.net. Mark Simpson along with John Yoakum here at the UNI-Dome. Rainy day outside, nice and dry in here.
Good night to be in the dome.
Exactly. So following that timeout, first and goal again at the 9. Price still running the Wildcat up the middle. He's found a gap. He spins down at the 1. Or the shiftiness of the running attack by Valley hurting Cedar Falls. If they have a second and goal from the 1-yard line.
They just try to get you off balance with a fake pitch and then kind of do a trap with a pulling guard and tackle there. And Price does a nice job of hitting that hole hard and getting 4 or 5 yards.
This quarter is almost over. Down to a minute and a half remaining. Valley smelling the end zone right now. Provenza is at quarterback. And this is Mason looking for a hole. He finds enough and gets in for the touchdown, and Valley takes the lead at 6-3 with the extra point pending.
You expect that just straight ahead. You get to stop it a few times, and Mason just powers it into the end zone.
So impressive drive, 80 yards. And that ate up a lot of time, John. Valley looked good on offense that series.
Almost had it for about 10 minutes there. So they had a great response there after the turnover and the field goal by Cedar Falls. Valley marches right down the field and scores.
Darius Mason scores his 8th rushing touchdown of the year. The extra point up and good. And it's a 7-3 lead for West Des Moines Valley over Cedar Falls. And there was the workhorse on that drive. Darius Mason is the sophomore punishing Cedar Falls with that physical running attack. And then Provenza with a big play. That was that third down where he took the ball to the 37-yard line.
Provenza made a lot of big plays with his legs. He really had a really hard time tackling him.
And Aiden Price setting up the second and goal on that 8-yard run. And Darius Mason, look at him, fights his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And it's a 7-3 lead.
He seems like the type of running back that's just going to fall forward all night. It seems like Valley was kind of running downhill there that drive.
Alvarenga ready for the kickoff. Rico Alvarenga, 5'8" junior, gets all of that one, and that will go into the end zone. So Cedar Falls will take over. First and 10 at the 20.
I think a big thing for the Cedar Falls offense here would be to get a couple first downs, because Cedar Falls defense has to be tired after that drive. They were out there for a long time. You want to give them a chance to rest and regroup here.
Tigers, coached by Brad Remmert in his 18th year. Record of 161 wins, 42 losses. He's guided Cedar Falls to the playoffs 17 times in his 18 years as head coach. And Cedar Falls into the quarterfinals. Cedar Falls is 12-12 all-time in state quarterfinal playoff games. Tate Hermanson, the junior quarterback. Jet sweep. Derek Woods gets the handoff and struggles for about a yard. Well read by Valley as they held their positions, weren't fooled on that play. It's a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9 coming up.
You know, that's the way you just want to find a way to get Derek Woods the ball. That's one quick way to do it there in a jet sweep.
Again, Woods, it looked like he was lost for the season due to that broken thumb. Did not play in the final 2 games of the regular season and the first-round playoff win against Ankeny Centennial. But coming back for this quarterfinal game. Drake Gelhaus, he has
Good
a
hole.
seam.
There you go.
And that's a first down run as Gelhaus off that left side of the line of scrimmage.
Kind of power right over Jake Peters there. Look at that. Nice block there by Peters against Ramez Nava, looked like right there. So
Peters, 6'3", 265-pound junior. Physical offensive lineman for Cedar Falls, opening up a hole for Gelhaus. This could be the last play of this first quarter. We're down to 16 seconds. Bus Cole, H-back, moves over to the right. Rolling out to his right. Hermanson throws it on the run and overthrows and nearly intercepted as the ball was overthrown and a chance for a pick by Gage Olson.
has almost caught and almost picked. Beneke had a step on him here. Hermanson delivers it just a little high.
2nd down and 10, 4 seconds remaining in the quarter. Tate Hermanson this year has done a good job protecting the football. He's only thrown 1 interception. You got to go back to week 4 when that occurred. That was against Ankeny Centennial.
Cedar Falls got to call timeout here.
28-14 loss. So Cedar Falls spends their first timeout.
Looked like they didn't have the personnel they needed in there. Something I saw, it looked like a couple guys were confused. So call a timeout here. Big 2nd down play here.
Our broadcast tonight being brought to you by Witham Auto Center. Everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls with additional locations in Waterloo and LaPorte City. Witham Auto Center is a proud supporter of the Cedar Falls Tigers. Find your next vehicle in person or online at withamauto.com. Hope you're enjoying our coverage of Cedar Falls Tiger football here on Cedar Falls Community Television. Mark Simpson along with Coach John Yoakum. As Valley has taken a 7-3 lead late in this first quarter on the 1-yard run by Darius Mason. Cedar Falls facing a 2nd down and 10. Tigers will be penalized for 5 yards. I think 2 men were in motion at the same time. As we're going to have an illegal procedure, and it's going to be a 2nd and 15.
Well, that's going to be frustrating because out of a timeout, you know, when that happens, so that's how you get frustrated.
Hermanson, 6 foot, 160-pound junior quarterback. He's thrown for 800 yards this year, 5 touchdowns. Completes 58% of his passes. Not a real, he has the athletic ability to be a good runner, but he's just not used that way for Cedar Falls. 2nd and 15. Here's Gelhaus looking for a hole and gets a little bit of a push, picking up about 2-3 yards, but that will close out the first quarter. It'll be a 3rd and long coming up for Cedar Falls when we start quarter number 2. Hope you're enjoying our coverage. High school playoff football. Cedar Falls versus West Des Moines Valley on Cedar Falls Community Television.
The Iowa High School Athletic Association would like to take this opportunity to remind you that sportsmanship starts with you. Good sportsmanship means showing respect to student athletes, coaches, officials, schools, and to those around you, regardless of how an event is going. Good sportsmanship shows character, accountability, and sets a positive example on and off the field. The IHSAA thanks you for being a good sport for tonight's game.
Well, Cedar Falls, familiar team in the postseason. Look at their record. Cedar Falls all-time playoff games at the UNI-Dome, 37-15. 12-12 all-time in quarterfinal playoff games. And at the UNI-Dome in quarterfinal playoff games, a winning record of 7-4. They trail 7-3 and facing a 3rd down and 12. Ball at the Tigers' 29-yard line. Hermanson will throw again. Pressure on. Rolls to his right. Hermanson trying to create something. Instead, wisely just throws the ball away. And
took kind of a big hit there on the edge of the field there.
Hermanson, quarterback for the Tigers, as he released the ball, took a big hit.
Kind of got pushed out of bounds, which was a clean play, but kind of ran into the padding on the wall there, it looked like to me.
So watch the chase from behind. Nothing dirty about that.
Nope, there's just a wall right there on the edge of the field, but that's part of the deal playing in the dome.
Holstein gets a
nice kick.
Huge kickoff. Backpedaling. This is Robinson. Robinson at the 25 before he gets a full head of steam. He is taken down. Jude Gertis with the tackle for Cedar Falls. Here comes Valley. Had an impressive 80-yard drive last time they had the football. Time-consuming drive that was capped off by the 1-yard run by Mason. So the Tiger defense trying to buckle down here.
Where Valley hurt Cedar Falls the most is just those powers right up the middle and dives, and they've got to find a way to fight that line of scrimmage there and not give up 5-6 yards on runs up the middle.
Tonight's game is Cedar Falls' 78th all-time playoff game. Michael Provenza, the senior quarterback. He'll work out of the gun. Going to a passing formation. In motion is Price. And they'll fake it to Price. And Provenza takes off. And look at him. Knife his way. Still on his feet. Close to midfield. So Provenza hurting the Tigers with his athleticism.
And again, he's just really quick. Good with the fake there. And just picks up what he can there. It's about 12 yards.
We're getting the official word that Holstein's field goal was 42 yards. Put Cedar Falls ahead 3-0 in the first quarter. First down run. Provenza takes 2 steps back. Pressure on him. Campbell giving chase. He releases the football and throws it into the Valley sidelines.
It's almost like, I don't know if it's a noise level or Provenza's internal clock, but it's like he almost knew Campbell was right there behind him.
Provenza this year, he's thrown for almost 1,000 yards, 986 coming into tonight's game. 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, but completing 65%.
I'd be coaching the sideline yelling, "Get rid of it!"
Throw it, throw it, throw it. Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass on first down. Mason is the running back, and there he goes up the middle. Keeps the legs moving and close to the first down marker. The sophomore, he is really hurting Cedar Falls right now.
Well, Bryce Anderson at 6'6", 240 as a tight end. It's almost like another lineman there. I know he's probably got ball skills, but that's just another hammer coming right up the middle.
Ball at the Cedar Falls 42. And here comes Valley, already leading 7-3. Thing about Valley, if they get the lead, Cedar Falls is not a good come-from-behind team with their style of play. Provenza, quick pass out the left, caught by Robinson, looking for a block, can't find it, and only picks up a couple. Well defended by Cedar Falls.
A good open field tackle there by Russell.
And Russell had that interception in the first quarter that helped Cedar Falls get on the board with that Holstein field goal.
Fights off the block from Mason and makes the tackle.
Second down and 8 as we approach the 10-minute mark here of this second quarter. Valley up 7-3, and now it's gotten to the Cedar Falls 40-yard line. Provenza drops back, throws it. They set up the screen. This is Xavier Robinson up the middle. Xavier Robinson will pick up another first down as he is taken by Colin Coonrod, the strong safety for the Tigers, at the 31.
Looks like Cedar Falls might have been in a zone coverage there, and they just ran Robinson underneath that zone and slipped it across on a quick drag route.
Ball at the 31-yard line.
Robinson's also only a sophomore.
Spells his name Xavion. How cool is that? You got to be good when your name's Xavier, but it's pronounced Xavier. Play action, long pass, receiver is there. Robinson over the shoulder catch, touchdown, and Valley opens up now a 10-point lead with the extra point coming.
We just had the big catch on the drag route. Now he goes to the fly route. Gets right behind that zone coverage. With that kind of speed, nobody's getting there.
Perfectly thrown pass from Provenza on the money.
The Valley's definitely got the momentum going right now.
31 yards. And Xavier Robinson brings that in for the touchdown. Extra point on the way by Alvarenga, and it's a 14-3. So Valley taking control here in the first half as they had another long drive, and that covers 68 yards unofficially.
Back-to-back great drives by Valley. Chunk plays, consistent plays, and solid blocking up front, and just kind of controlling both those drives.
Now Cedar Falls got to feel pressure on them to come back here and at least get some points on the scoreboard. As we look at the coaches, Gary Swenson for Valley. There's Brad Remmert pacing on the sidelines for Cedar Falls. Gary Swenson.
And we talked about it before, but you also want to just give that defense a break a little bit with the two drives they've had back-to-back.
Swenson has guided Valley to 5 state championships: 2002, 2003, 2005, 2008, 2011. Also was the head coach at Spencer High School in 1994 when they won a state championship. So he has been successful in his entire career. 390 wins coming in. That ball is kicked out of the end zone, and Cedar Falls will take over at the 20. So Cedar Falls offense, some pressure on them as Valley is taking control here. Cedar Falls trying to get their offense going.
Yeah, you got to respond here. Have a bounce back here. You can't let Valley get too far ahead because their defenses look really good so far, so you got to keep it kind of within striking distance.
Some excellent shots by our Cedar Falls community television crew here at the UNI-Dome. Tate Hermanson again working out of the shotgun. Tigers throwing the ball a lot here in this first half. There's Gelhaus off the right side. Gelhaus
got some room.
Finally wrestled down near the 29. Gelhaus has had a limited carries here in this first half, John, but he's been pretty successful rushing the football.
Yeah, we just haven't had those long sustained drives. I think he would have some of those carries where we've had a penalty or a negative play, but you got to get Gelhaus going.
Gelhaus coming into the game with 238 carries. He's been primarily the Tigers' offense this year. It's a second down. Less than a yard, but a fumble on the snap. Hermanson dives forward, appears to have recovered. He has for Cedar Falls. That'll bring up now a third down. Boy, you hate to see that at this point in the season. A bad exchange between the quarterback and the center.
That's just something you're trying to get out of there quickly. And the center, Koltoff's trying to get downfield to block somebody. It's just a bad combination at the same time. Gotta hope we can just get a yard here for Cedar Falls.
Third down and 1. Tigers pack it in tight. They'll run forward, and they'll see this quite often now. Somebody behind the ball carrier pushing forward so they can pick up the first down, and that's the case this time as Hermanson will pick up about 3 yards, and that's a 1st and 10 coming up for Cedar Falls.
You gotta be tough as a quarterback too, because you're gonna get hit from about 5 different people and pushed from behind by your own guys. So good toughness there by Hermanson.
7:53 remaining here in this first half. After trailing 3-0, back-to-back touchdown drives by Valley. They lead 14-3 as Gelhaus getting around the right edge for he stood up at the 35.
About 4 yards there, 4 or 5 yards.
Drake Gelhaus not expected to be the starter for Cedar Falls this year, but due to an injury.
You know, I think it was going to be kind of a two-headed backfield with him and Keeler, and then once Keeler went down, it was, you know, just a ton of Gelhaus this year, and he's done a really good job of being durable and being solid every single game.
That's a great point, being durable, because he is, as I mentioned, a lot of carries this year for Cedar Falls. 2nd down and 6. In motion, Derek Woods. They fake the jet sweep to him. Running with the football is Hermanson, and able to walk tightrope down the sidelines and get close to the first down marker.
Well, a yard short, but look at this effort on the edge here. It kind of gets held up here on the edge. Good coverage by Valley. It gets to the edge, just leaps forward.
Looks like Theron Castle and Isaiah Pinks both had shots at him for Valley, but they could not bring him down. 3rd down and 1. See if we'll see that same play we just saw where they'll. How they do. They pack it in tight. Hermanson will hand it off. Gelhaus. 1st down carry.
As long as you get him going forward, Gelhaus has been good for 2 or 3 yards almost all year. He's going to fall forward. Just don't let a guy get through right away.
Nabo with the tackle for Valley. This drive started at the 20, now up to the 43-yard line.
Big thing here for Cedar Falls, just no negative plays, no penalties here. It's been a nice drive so far.
This is a big moment in this ball game with Valley after scoring that touchdown and that long pass from Provenza to Robinson. Tigers trying to get back into this. Play action. Hermanson will roll out. Now he's going to put the ball underneath his arm and run up the field and get as much as he can before he's angled out of bounds, running into the Valley sidelines.
Good play fake here from Hermanson. Doesn't have anywhere to go with the football, so he just gets what he can on the ground.
2nd down and 5 facing Cedar Falls. Tigers 8-2 on the year, ranked 5th in the final Class 5A rankings. Valley 6-4. Woods coming to the near side. Gelhaus again, running room. Gelhaus following the block and takes it all the way down to the 35-yard line. Hogan Simmer leading the way from his guard position, and that's the longest run of the night for Drake Gelhaus.
Simmer just says, saddle up, get right behind me, let's go. Gelhaus does a great job just getting right in behind there, behind Simmer, and you lead the way, I'll follow.
1st and 10 at the 35, and Cedar Falls has something cooking offensively. Their best offensive series so far in this evening's quarterfinal matchup. Derek Woods playing with that cast on his left wrist, coming to the near side. Gelhaus fights forward. Well, there is a flag down in the Tigers' backfield. This is going to be against
illegal shift
against Cedar Falls. An illegal shift is correct.
Probably 2 guys in motion at once or something. Well, I didn't see it, but that's what I was kind of worried about here. It's a big 1st down play here. You know, this offense is good when it's on rhythm and good down and distance. Has a hard time when we get behind the sticks and penalties.
1st and 15. Ball goes back to the Valley 40-yard line. Hermanson has played well here in this first half. Gelhaus off the right side, and Valley expecting that. And Gelhaus still able to fight his way for about 2 or 3 yards. Both teams kind of similar in their philosophies. Ground-oriented.
Yeah, physical run game, an athletic quarterback to make plays.
And
just felt like at times the Valleys kind of look like they're going downhill, and we're kind of sometimes Cedar Falls kind of going uphill at times. And This drive has been good so far, though.
4:49 shows on the clock remaining here in the first half. Cedar Falls facing a 2nd down and 12 now after a pickup of 3 by Gelhaus. Hermanson looking to his left. Now he's under pressure. He's going to be sacked for the first time tonight. And he is going to be taken down. That's Ramez Naba, the junior defensive lineman.
He's made a lot of plays. For 6'2", 310, he moves really well for a man that size.
He's a man-child. He's just a junior. So some talented underclassmen for this
We see almost every play. He stands the guy up and moves him out of the way, and just physical.
Cedar Falls needs a big play. 3rd down and 19. Ball goes back to the 44-yard line. We have to get to the 25 for a first down. Going to play conservatively. Gelhaus will run up the middle, moves the pile, and takes it almost to the original line of scrimmage as he fights his way to the 36.
It'll be a 53-yard field goal, where they're going to go for it potentially, or a pooch punt.
Cedar Falls.
This is where they've sent Rowe in motion in the past and kind of done the pooch punt with Hermanson.
Yeah, they keep the offense out there, so Hermanson in the shotgun. Will he punt the ball, or will this be a pass? Valley expecting a punt. And Hermanson kicks it, angles it towards the sidelines, and he takes a good tiger bounce, taking it to 6, and a short return. And at the 9-yard line will be Valley. 3:08 to go here in this first half. So Cedar Falls gets their best offensive series, but it ends in Valley territory. Now here comes Valley with 3:08 remaining, 2 timeouts, but deep in their own territory at the 9-yard line.
They've been so successful running the ball. I think they can take a couple runs here and see if you get a first down or 2, and then you can open it up. But if they can get a first down on the ground, at least take it to halftime.
Darius Mason and Michael Provenza, the quarterback, have played key roles for this physical running attack for Valley. Standing at the 5-yard line, claps his hands, gets the snap, and Mason disappears after a gain of a couple. Unpile the bodies, and
yeah, it feels like Cedar Falls did a good job of stopping him there, and you look up and he gained 4 or 5 yards. That's just what it feels. It feels like there's such a great movement right up the middle there by Valley, and Mason just runs so hard and so low to the ground. It's hard to stop him.
Yeah, they got a huge offensive lineman. A huge offensive line, I should say, is Owen Westermeyer, Derek Ellens, Spencer George, Jacob Moeller, Braylon Jenkins, and then that big tight end.
Bring Bryce Anderson in motion at 6'6", 240.
Man, he is a man out there. They give it to Mason again, and they'll bang his way for another first down. He has been a battering ram for Valley. 2:22 shows on the clock. It's stopped as they'll move the chains.
I don't know if Coach Remmert's concerned about a holding call or something there on the defensive front, but he's talking to the official about something there he feels like they're missing.
Now the clock running, 2:09 to go. See if Valley will go through the air here. Provenza. No, instead it's Darius Mason. Late flag comes out. Maybe that talking by Coach Brad Remmert pays off.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease kind of a thing there.
Let's see what they're going to call. Holding on Valley.
It's the classic football line. You could call it on almost every play.
Darius Mason limps off the field for Valley after that play. So we'll probably see Damon Head come into the game. No. Let's see who the running back, maybe a Ballard.
Well, with 2 timeouts here for Cedar Falls, if you can get a couple of stops here, get a couple timeouts, you can get the ball back near midfield.
That's a 1st and 20. Ball is at the 11-yard line. Minute 57 shows on the clock. Again, both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Henrik Nimley split wide to the right. It'll be Omarion Ballard, senior, at the running back position. He's to the right of Provenza.
Reverse.
And they run the reverse. Here's Price. Little running room ahead of him. Gets a block down the sidelines before he's pushed out of play. Well executed. And there's that playmaker, Aiden Price. Well designed. Watch this again. And then
Get you off balance. And
look at the wide receivers. Robinson with a nice block. And now instead of after a 1st and 20, now it's a 2nd down and 3. Ball up to the 22.
Well, that's the advantage when you're so good at running the ball up the middle. Any of those plays to the outside open up.
And they'll run the football off the right side, close to the 1st down marker. We have number 11 not on our program getting the handoff here. So it's 1st and 10. Now they move chains. Now the clock is running. 1.5 to go. 14-3. Valley with the lead. Cedar Falls led 3-0 on a 42-yard field goal by Jake Holstein. Then Valley has answered with consecutive touchdown drives. Provenza rolling to his right, throws it sidelines. Nimley makes the catch, or did he? Was he out of bounds? And that's going to be incomplete. His foot was out of play.
The official's saying his left foot was out of bounds when he caught the ball.
That happened right in front of the Valley sidelines. Watch. Henrik Nimley, the junior, makes the catch.
Yeah, he was standing. His left foot was out of bounds when he left to come catch it.
2nd down and 10. Great job by our Cedar Falls Community Television crew, as always. They're wearing their game faces.
Exactly.
I could tell.
They're always ready.
Stops the clock, 1:13. Provenza across the field, throws it, and nice catch. Robinson and Provenza right on the money again. Throws it only one spot where Robinson can catch it. It's right on the dime.
He's been kind of the security blanket for him there. When he needs a big play, he's going to Robinson.
So Rico Alvarenga, the kicker for Valley, is 7 out of 8 in field goal attempts this year. His longest is 38 yards. As Valley moving down the field here. 1:08 still to play, and they have a couple timeouts in their pocket. This drive started at the 9. Provenza drop back. Campbell underneath. Had him for a second, but Provenza breaks out of trouble and takes the ball to the 50-yard line. And it looks like we have an injury for Cedar Falls.
Like Noah Thayer might be down there.
Thayer, the defensive tackle for Cedar Falls, on his stomach. As Drew Campbell, you said, almost had him, and now Thayer being able to move over to his back.
Provenza almost is slippery. I mean, it's like you kind of have him, and he just kind of slips out of it. Good pocket awareness. Felt the pressure coming and just steps up in the pocket.
And Thayer is 56. Can't tell what happened there. So there, Brad Remmert, head coach Cedar Falls, concern out there. That's a good sign. He's able to sit up. Pete Waters, the trainer for Cedar Falls. And he's going to walk off in his own power. So let's hope he just got the wind knocked out of him.
I think the other question for Valley right now is, does the clock start? I mean, the clock's going to start, I think, when they set the ball. So it's almost like a free timeout for him there.
Valley in the playoffs, 31st straight year. That is mind-blowing, isn't it?
Pretty good consistency, I would say.
Oh, man. Look at them. Up 14-3 late in this first half, driving against this very strong Cedar Falls defense. A lot of time for Provenza in the pocket. Now he steps up. Again, slips past a tackler, heads to the sideline. He'll pick up the first down, but a flag comes out. It looks like an illegal block by one of the wide receivers.
Like a hold here on the edge, and if you're going to hold somebody, you got to kind of do it at the line of scrimmage. If you do it out on the edge, everyone's going to see it.
So the referee's talking about this one. This will be a hold against Valley. 46 seconds remain here in the first half. Valley up by 11, 14-3.
You can see it right there. I think it might have been Anderson on the edge there.
If you're 6'6", 240, you can't hide out there.
There's no hiding. And if you flatten somebody on the field, they're going to see it.
Gary Swenson at Valley has a record of 269 wins, 65 losses, 28th year. Started in Manning. Where's Manning?
No clue.
Central Iowa, right? Isn't it? Second down and 4. Provenza back to pass. Tigers unable to get any pressure on them. They dump it out. It's caught out in the flat, and making the grab is Damon Head, and Head will pick up the first down. Yes, that offensive line just giving Provenza all day to pass.
And look at the intelligence here. He catches his pass here and picks up good yardage, but right here at the edge, save the timeout, get out of bounds, get an extra 10 yards and get out of bounds.
36 seconds remain here in the first half. Drive started at the 9. Valley up by 11. Feeling greedy. They want more here. Take a bigger advantage heading into the locker room at halftime. Price in motion. They fake it to him. Provenza up the middle. Accelerates and gets to the 30. About a yard short of the first down, but definitely in field goal territory for Rico Alvarenga. Valley quickly lines up. That's a well-coached team there. That was quickly got up after that run and able to spike the ball.
It's one of those where they were maybe hoping to catch him off guard and get a first down and then go from there, but they knew if they didn't get it, they were going to spike it quick and go from there.
21 seconds shows on the clock here.
With 2 timeouts left, you can still catch it over the middle twice if you're going to throw or run it, but you can go over the middle, you can go wherever you want.
Cedar Falls defense has to be a little bit gassed right now as Valley has dominated time of possession here in this first half. Anderson shifts over to the right. Provenza will give it a head. Head up, heads forward, and inside the 20. Another first down run.
Calls time out here if I'm Valley.
It stops the clock as they move the chain. And now the timeout taken by West Des Moines Valley here. 14 seconds remain. Valley trying to beat the clock and get into the end zone one more time.
And then that's the classic play against the strategy here. You think they're going to pass it, but they just run almost like a power off tackle and get 15 yards.
This is the 5th all-time meeting between these two teams. It's tied at 2 games apiece. Cedar Falls winning the first 2 meetings, but then Valley winning the big games in 2005 and 2008 state championship games. That was a great team in 2005 for Cedar Falls. Ben Kernick, quarterback, if I recall, a long time ago. And Pat Mitchell, the co-coach for Cedar Falls at the time, the legendary Cedar Falls coach. So it's ironic, John, all 4 of these meetings have been at the UNI-Dome. I guess that's the case where you have these 2 elite teams usually meeting in the postseason.
2 really good teams playing late in the year. You're going to play in the Dome.
Brad Remmert is hoping his defense can hold on here. 1 timeout left for Valley. They have marched all the way to the Cedar Falls 18-yard line. Provenza. Oh, and gets the snap.
The false start.
And that'll be 5-yard penalty against Valley.
They put 1 more second back on the clock. They ran one off when they were moving the chains. They got it back to 15 seconds here for Valley.
So both teams coming out of a timeout commit a penalty. Cedar Falls
overly excited to run that play.
That happened to Cedar Falls earlier in the ball game. Right now it feels like Valley can do no wrong offensively. Provenza goes back, throws over the middle, diving catch by Price, the 14. Or did he catch that?
They're saying it hit the turf.
Incomplete. 10 seconds remain. So, had a chance, one, possibly two more plays here for Valley.
Boy, that was close. Did it instant replay. That was close to a catch there, if not a catch. But this is where, if you're Cedar Falls, you really got to cover Robinson going over the top, and they got Robinson singled up near side here.
They'll keep it on the ground, and this is head.
Oh, big hit by Jake Peters. Oh, man.
He is leveled after a gain of about 7. 4 seconds remain on the clock, and field goal unit about to come on here for Valley.
Watch this hit by Jake Peters. Pursuit. Boom.
71. Delivers a huge tackle. Ball at the 14-yard line, so it'll be a 31-yard field goal coming up here for Rico Alvarenga, the junior who has been almost perfect this year. He's 7 of 8. And boy, how about Valley? This drive started way back at the 9.
It's about a minute 30 on the clock-ish. You know, that's another impressive drive here.
So they threw the pick, and the Tigers took advantage of it, got the field goal, but now they have a chance to score in their 3rd successive drive. Brad Remmert, hands on his hip, saying, "Come on, D." Nick Van Arkel is the holder. "31-yarder. Good snap. Kick on the way. It appears to be good, and it is, and that will close out the first half. So
Valley has to be pretty happy with how that whole half was gone, minus that first drive for them.
Alvarenga gives Valley commanding 14-point lead at the break, 17-3 in this Class 5A quarterfinal matchup from the Dome. And we'll be back with more right after this. This is Cedar Falls football on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, you know, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much, but what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try to help encourage your team and get them out of the funk that they're in and try and get them in the right direction.
I am proud to work at Cedar Falls Utilities simply for the reputation that we have within the community. I love serving our customers, our community, and helping them with the needs when they come to us.
It's just really just is a collection of people working toward a shared goal for their community. I think that's evident in everything we do.
I think our roles are important to customers. Simply, we get to help people and businesses do life every day.
For nearly 50 years, Witham Auto Centers have been privileged to serve our communities with honesty, integrity, and trust. And you can trust that we make car buying easy at Witham Auto Center in Waterloo. From our selection of new Kias and Fords and pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to our factory-trained and certified service experts, we're ready to serve you at Witham Auto Center in Waterloo.
Everything we do is driven by you.
The Iowa High School Athletic Association encourages all Iowa students to take part in their junior high or high school's activities and athletics offerings.
Research shows students who participate in school clubs, fine arts, extracurriculars, and sports are physically healthier and more likely to volunteer in their community, go to college, vote in elections, and most importantly, get better grades than students who do not participate during every year of school. Get involved in your school today.
I love doing it. We go to all the state events. We work at all the state events, and you wear your polo and people stop and talk to you, and it's just really great to connect with kids from other schools who are on the board, and then coaches, athletic directors who will see you at the events will stop and talk to you, and it's really neat.
You feel a bit of a weight and you're a voice for all athletes in the state of Iowa, which is cool.
I think it's really cool. I remember reading the email and I'm like, oh, this would be something really cool to look for. It'd be good to talk to people that I want to get to talk to around the state. I get to see other people's opinions, kids from 5A schools, kids from small schools. I think it'll just be a really good opportunity for me. IHSAA represents so much that it's really cool that they have 2 girls on the board to bring a girl's perspective, because I think it's really important to be very diverse and get different opinions.
The Iowa High School Athletic Association needs your help to add registered sports officials this school year. Officials are needed at all levels in all IHSAA sanctioned sports. Officiating allows you to stay close to the action while serving as a community leader. And in Iowa, high school and junior high games can't take place without them. Visit www.ihsaa.org/officials or highschoolofficials.com for more information. Help the IHSAA add one today.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect, no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much, but what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try to help encourage your team and get them out of the funk that they're in and try and get them in the right direction.
The Iowa High School Athletic Association would like to take this opportunity to remind you that sportsmanship starts with you. Good sportsmanship means showing respect to student athletes, coaches, officials, schools, and to those around you, regardless of how an event is going. Good sportsmanship shows character, accountability, and sets a positive example on and off the field. The IHSAA thanks you for being a good sport for tonight's game.
I am proud to work at Cedar Falls Utilities simply for the reputation that we have within the community. I love serving our customers, our community, and helping them with the needs when they come to us.
It's really just is a collection of people working toward a shared goal for their community. I think that's evident in everything we do.
I think our roles are important to customers. Simply, we get to help people and businesses do life every day.
I love doing it. We go to all the state events, we work at all the state events, and you wear your polo and people stop and talk to you, and it's just really great to connect with kids from other schools who are on the board, and then coaches, athletic directors who will see you at the events will stop and talk to you, and it's really neat.
You feel a bit of a weight and you're a voice for all athletes in the state of Iowa, which is cool.
I think it's really cool. I remember reading the email and I'm like, oh, this would be something really cool to look for. It'd be good to talk to people that I want to get to talk to around the state. I get to see other people's opinions, kids from 5A schools, kids from small schools. I think it'll just be a really good opportunity for me. IHSAA represents so much that it's really cool that they have two girls on the board to bring a girl's perspective, because I think it's really important to be very diverse and get different opinions.
For nearly 50 years, With Amato Centers have been privileged to serve our communities with honesty, integrity, and trust. And you can trust that we make car buying easy at With Amato Center in Waterloo. From our selection of new Kias and Fords and pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to our factory-trained and certified service experts, we're ready to serve you at With Amato Center in Waterloo.
Everything we do is driven by you.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
The Iowa High School Athletic Association encourages all Iowa students to take part in their junior high or high school's activities and athletics offerings. Research shows students who participate in school clubs, fine arts, extracurriculars, and sports are physically healthier and more likely to volunteer in their community, go to college, vote in elections, and most importantly, get better grades than students who do not participate during every year of school. Get involved in your school today.
Iowa College Aid. We help Iowans get to college, pay for college, and succeed in college. Our financial aid programs award millions of dollars every year. Our college coaches offer guidance for potential and current college students, while school and community programs build a college-going culture. We also offer online courses to train counselors and educators in college and career readiness. Iowa College Aid Consumer Protection Services ensure students receive the education they are promised, and our researchers track and analyze college access and achievement in Iowa. We also provide a variety of free publications that walk students and families through every step of applying for college and financial aid. Iowa College Aid, because college changes everything.
Ellerson Smith, he's in the NFL. Jalen Seahawks was awesome. Oh, Michelle Burrow and Michelle Burvey.
Eric, you look deep in thought.
Well, I'm trying to come up with a former UNI Panther that wore the number 16.
Because it's our 16th season of Panther Sports Talk.
Exactly. I want a big name or a huge memory.
With a 16 reference, right? That's a sweet idea.
Doesn't David Johnson have like 16 school records?
You might be overthinking this.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights here. This first half between Cedar Falls and West Des Moines Valley. There you see the interception by Ben Russell. That led to a Cedar Falls field goal as Jake Holstein for the Tigers drilling this from 42 yards out. And Cedar Falls led 3-0 at the 8:07 mark of the first quarter. But then the next time after the kickoff, we got to see Darius Mason show off his talent as the punishing sophomore muscled his way and behind the legs of quarterback Michael Provenza. An impressive try by Valley as they go 80 yards down the field. Very methodical. And this is Aiden Price in the Wildcat. Takes it to the one. Mason from 1 yard out, and Valley takes the lead 7-3. And the next time they get the football, again, just marching down the field, getting good chunks. And it's a balanced offense. Provenza at quarterback, Mason from his running back position. And Provenza doing it with his arm, finding Xavier Robinson. And Robinson coming through with this catch on a beautifully thrown pass. That covers 31 yards, and it's now 14-3 following the extra point. Tigers for Cedar Falls put together a nice drive, but it came to a close. This sack by Ramez Nava closing off that drive, and then Cedar Falls punting, and Valley starting at their own 9-yard line. Aiden Price on the reverse, grabbing a lot of yards, and then Robinson a catch on the sidelines. Valley moving down the field as Provenza slippery. And that led to Rico Alvarenga's 31-yard field goal. Final play of the first half, and Valley in command right now, 17-3. Mark Simpson along with John Yoakum, and John Valley offensively really doing a good job against a very strong Cedar Falls defense.
Yeah, the Cedar Falls defense has been the strength all year, and Valley after that first drive has just kind of methodically marched the ball down the field. I'd like to see time of possession, but it feels like Valley's had the ball almost 80-90% of the first half.
And it's going to be a critical first series of this second half because Valley will get the football, and they have scored on their last 3 possessions.
You feel like if Valley scores here to start the second half, it might be too much. So Tigers got to find a way to fight back here.
Cedar Falls coming in, winners of 6 consecutive games, 8-2 on the year, while Valley 6-4, playing a brutally strong schedule. Both teams got off to slower starts. Valley 1-2 to open up the year. The Tigers, Cedar Falls, were 2-2 at one time.
You know, three of Valley's losses have been to the top 3 or 4 teams in the state. The only one they'd probably like to have back or question maybe is Urbandale.
Jake Holstein for Cedar Falls, senior, heading to the Naval Academy, ready to send the opening kickoff of the second half. A yard deep into the end zone, a touchback, and Valley on offense. Quarterback Michael Provenza, running back. We saw Darius Mason shaken up late in that second quarter.
He's in the huddle though, so it looks like he's ready to go.
And the receivers of Aiden Price, Xavier Robinson, Henrik Nimley, the tight end Bryce Anderson, and that big physical offensive line. Cedar Falls is giving up just 10.6 points a game and giving up 17 in that first half, and their confidence has to be a little bit shaken as we start the third quarter. Provenza, quick pass out. The playmaker Price with the catch, gets around the edge, down the sidelines. He takes off, finally bumped out of bounds near midfield.
The big thing that helped set that play up is Valley's offensive lineman looked like it was a pull or a trap player because they bring him in motion, gets you off balance, and just get around the edge. Price, who's a playmaker.
Robinson, another key block, and Aiden Price hurting Cedar Falls again, and just like that, a gain of 31 yards, and the ball at the Cedar Falls 49-yard line.
Well, you know at halftime Cedar Falls is talking about stopping that run game, and then they flip it right out on the edge.
Provenza, now they give it up, and there's Mason. Bangs his way for about 3. A late flag comes out from the back judge. This will probably be a hold against Valley. It is. West Des Moines Valley picking up the penalty. We'll send them back 10 yards. Just underway here in the second half. Valley on top 17-3.
It's like Jones Whitaker got held there right at the point of attack.
Cedar Falls defensively. Defensive ends of Ian Bonenkamp, Drew Campbell, Jordan Jones Whitaker, Noah Thayer are the defensive tackles. Linebackers, Drew Gertis in the middle. Ryan Bowling on the weak side, Drew Langner on the strong side. Set the Cedar Falls defensive backs. Just a moment here. Provenza gives it off, and again it's Darius Mason. Short yardage this time. Cedar Falls corners are Ben Russell, who had an interception in the first half, along with Carter Schlottman, strong safety Colin Coonrod. Caleb Wieland is the free safety.
You know, the Cedar Falls defensive backs have had a tall task trying to tackle, but they're sticking their nose in there, and they're doing the best they can.
Ball at the Valley 45-yard line. Winner of this game will play back here at the UNI-Dome next week in the semifinals. Now they're going to put the big tight end Anderson, split him wide to the right, and now it's Provenza taking off, and Provenza out in the open. Look at him making players miss him as he works his way for another first down run.
You can definitely feel the momentum that Valley's playing with right now, just a design quarterback run, and Mason with a nice block there on the linebacker.
Well, it's like he has grease all over him because
Exactly.
Tigers could not bring him down. He's
a physical runner too. You saw him right there on the edge. He just kind of threw the safety right out of the way.
1st and 10. Now at the 35-yard line of Cedar Falls. Valley on the move again, and Mason plows forward. Gain of 8. So just methodical has been Valley in this ball game offensively. Turned the ball over in the first quarter on an interception, but since then they've scored on 3 consecutive long drives of 80, 68, 91 yards.
It just felt like everything they've run has worked, to a degree.
Provenza looks to the sideline. Claps his hands, gets the snap. Quick pass to the right. Caught by Price. Price, look at that. Breaks a tackle and takes it down to the 15. Cedar Falls had him trapped, and he's able to just jump over the attempted diving stop. Carter Schlottman, and picks up good yardage.
Tried to just take him out the legs, and Price was able to kind of knock him down before he could get to his legs and made a nice play.
Ball to 15. So here's West Des Moines Valley. Last week had that huge win against Pleasant Valley on the road. Pleasant Valley, number 4 in the RPI, number 1 in the rankings.
Be a jet sweep here to Robinson.
Now trying to win on the road here at Cedar Falls. They fake it to Price. There goes Provenza taking off, tripped up by Cedar Falls. Noah Thayer after a short gain.
About 2nd and 6 here.
Excuse me, Ian Bonenkamp with the tackle for Cedar Falls. 9:32 to go, and Valley has Cedar Falls on their heels defensively. Then move Anderson to the left. Play action, rollout. This is Provenza. Now he'll run, the pressure on him, and
Coonrat there on the tackle on the outside.
Coonrat, the strong safety for the Tigers, just a junior. Pushes Provenza out of bounds, facing a 3rd down coming up here in about 4 yards. So Valley getting touchdowns. 1-yard run by Darius Mason. 31-yard touchdown pass. Provenza to Xavier Robinson. And Rico Alvarenga, 31-yard field goal in the last play of the first half. 17-3. Tigers points. Cedar Falls Tigers points coming on a Jake Holstein 42-yard field goal. 3rd and 4. Provenza under pressure, throws it, and making a shoestring catch was Damon Head, but he's going to be tackled. Loss of a yard.
Ben Russell there on the tackle read that pretty well. They're trying to set up a screen there.
Now it's a 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit onto the field for West Des Moines Valley. Alvarenga now 8 out of 9 on the season after he kicked that field goal right at the end of the 2nd quarter.
Cedar Falls needs a big play here. A block or something like that, or a miss would be huge.
29-yarder. And a flag comes out as the ball is snapped to the holder. That's going to be a legal procedure against Valley. Now it goes about 34-yard field goal attempt.
Look like he has plenty of leg from that distance, though.
He gets lined up. And the field goal on the way and through the uprights. And Valley extends their lead 20-3. 34-yard field goal by Rico Alvarenga. Likes the playing indoors here at the Dome.
He split that one right down the middle. Great kick. Well, Cedar Falls definitely got to bounce back here with the time of possession that Valley can possess the ball with. Cedar Falls needs to score.
Some of the highlights. That's the big play that.
It's right out of the locker room. Right out of the locker room. 40 yards.
Price, another nifty play. Setting up the field goal. Straight down the middle. And 20-3. West Des Moines Valley coming to the UNI-Dome and trying to beat Cedar Falls for the 3rd consecutive time. This is the 5th meeting between these 2 strong programs in the state's big class here in Class 5A. Kickoff, and coming up, taking the ball inside the 10. Here comes Cedar Falls. Good
Big
return. Russell all the way up to the 34-yard line. So Ben Russell, 6'1", 170-pound senior, takes advantage of the gap up the middle.
Nice wedge there by the special teams. And gets it up to about the 33 there.
DJ Lewis with the tackle just as Russell had a full head of steam. So 1st and 10 for the Cedar Falls offense. Desperate, need of points right now. Tate Hermanson, junior quarterback. Drake Gelhaus, senior running back. The H-back is senior Shea Busco. Derek Woods in motion to the near side. And Gelhaus, his first carry, is going to be stopped for a loss of a yard.
A big hit there by Fountain. You see him bust through here. Going to lower the shoulder here. Big number 93. Boom. Big hit.
Cyril Fountain.
No gain brings up 2nd and 10, Cedar Falls.
They're going to say no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Gelhaus had a few good runs in that first half, but the Tigers could not really sustain much offense. They'll put Logan Rowe in motion. Hermanson looking to his right, throws it. Rowe makes the catch. Be short of the first down as he spun out of play at the 38. Bring up about a 3rd and 5 coming up for Cedar Falls. Cedar Falls beating Ankeny Centennial in the first round of the playoffs, 14-10, and it was West Des Moines Valley on the road, as we mentioned earlier, upsetting Pleasant Valley. As we look at some of the scores, 15-10. They had 2 drives of over 16 plays that win against Pleasant Valley. Gelhaus running hard.
I think he may have got it. It's close.
Good surge by that offensive line for Cedar Falls.
They're giving it to him here. Good blocking there up front. They're able to move the pile a little bit there.
Cedar Falls offensive line, the tackles of Will Tompkins, Jacob Peters, guards Hogan Simmer, John Henry Hines, and Ty Kolthoff is the center. Ethan Beneke is the tight end. 1st and 10. Tigers power side to the right under center. Hermanson gives it to Gelhaus, pitches it back. He's going to go deep, looking for Logan Rowe, underthrows him.
Oh, interference.
Oh, yes, and the flag will come out.
Oh, boy. Hopefully don't get a penalty for that.
Yeah, Rowe pushing off on Josh Brown, who was going to be penalized for the pass interference. Rowe needs to check his emotions there. That could be a penalty against Cedar Falls.
I think that's what the Valley coaching staff is talking about right there. Almost waited too long to throw that. It was almost open early. And
so watch Rowe when he gets up. Unnecessary.
He feels like he's maybe getting held down, or who knows what's being said at that point. But the coaches are going to give him a second here to cool off before they put him back in there. But
it's a 1st down on the penalty.
But he's a fiery competitor, and he's not going to back down from anybody. So.
Yeah, this Cedar Falls team, a lot of pride in this football program. They're not going to go out quietly. 6:56 to go here in the 3rd. Drake Gelhaus, his running room, around the right edge. Picks up the 1st down and then angled out of bounds at the 30. Cedar Falls, desperate for points. Picks up another 1st down play.
Best hole of the day there. Drake had all sorts of room there. Gelhaus gets to the edge, gets about 10-12 yards there.
Gelhaus coming into this quarterfinal game with over 1,300 yards. He's been the main man this season for the Tigers offensively. 238 carries entering the game. Had one game where he had over 40 carries. As up the middle, and Gelhaus plows his way to the 25.
You'll see right here, this is one of his signature moves here. He kind of gives a little shake with his left leg here and makes the guy miss right in the hole. See that little shake there, and he's really good at that.
2nd down and 5. drive. So this drive started at the 20, and now the Valley 25-yard line. John, help me out. I think this might be the deepest penetration for Cedar Falls in this
maybe
game.
Off the turnover, but yeah.
Under center, Hermanson. Tigers operate out of the I. Second man through. Gelhaus battles his way to the 20. Looks like another first down run for Cedar Falls. 6 minutes and 2 seconds shows on the scoreboard here at the UNI-Dome.
It's just power football there.
Dome's going to be pretty busy here over the next few weeks with semifinal games and championship contests. UNI, they're looking at a renovation for the UNI-Dome. $50 million they want to put into this.
Pass.
Jet sweep. No, Rowe's going to throw it back to the quarterback. Hermanson at the catch. 10, 5,
He's
dives. Give him 6. Little razzle-dazzle by Cedar Falls as they get on the board, and it's Logan Rowe completing to the quarterback, Tate Hermanson.
You know, and that's the backup quarterback is Logan Rowe. So he played some quarterback last year when Hermanson got brought up to the varsity team, and great play design. Tigers needed something special there, and they got it.
Extra point. Get the Tigers within 10. Extra point. Wow. Rocket by Holstein. And it's now 20-10.
Well, just what they needed there. Tigers get a score. Cedar Falls gets a score, and they got to get a stop here on defense.
There's Logan Rowe. That catch. Rowe, of course, remember he got that pass that down the field where the pass
right here,
interference took place. As Josh Brown with the contact early. And Drake Gelhaus, solid running.
I just felt like we were kind of in rhythm on this drive.
And watch the play again. And this was 18 yards.
Great effort by Hermanson there to get to the pylon.
But the dive at the end, the stretching out.
Clark almost got to him there from Valley.
And Cedar Falls O-line. And called off the longtime offensive line coach. Look at that. That's how much football has changed now. You can watch it on HD.
You better have your blocks, and you better do it correctly because coaches are going to watch it in real time right behind you.
It's not like they do it Sunday, like Saturday morning, and now it's you can live. You can watch what just happened. Holstein's kickoff into the end zone. So let's see how Cedar Falls defense, will they be able to slow down Valley? A little momentum on that Cedar Falls Tiger sideline.
Yeah, it'd be huge here if Cedar Falls can get a 3 and out.
West Des Moines Valley has scored on their last 4 offensive possessions, 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals.
Another piece of this is they've just chewed up the clock too. It's been methodical drives and really impressive. You let them get a few first downs, they're going to take 3 or 4 or 5 minutes off the clock.
Provenza with his legs and arm. Quick pitch, and this is Damon Head. Pushed down of bounds after a gain of 4.
Seems like Head's kind of the speed back there. He's got some nice speed to the edge there. A little quick toss to him.
Cedar Falls leading tackler is Drew Gertis, the middle linebacker. Just a junior. This has been a strong defensive unit for Cedar Falls. They just work well together, watching them during the course of the season.
They play with a lot of energy and they flow to the football well, and they've been very opportunistic too, getting turnovers.
2nd down and 6, passing formation for Valley. Looking to his left, quick pass. Here's Price, gets the block, and there he goes. That was a big play on that drive to start this second half, and they do it again, and similar success.
Well, a lot of these plays, Valley comes out in their formation, looks over to the coaching staff, and they kind of decide which play to run. And I think that was a pretty simple one. Price had numbers there on the edge. Looked like Cedar Falls only had 2 defenders to their 3, and easy decision, and Price makes it pay.
Aiden Price, 6 foot, 190-pound senior. He has been a huge weapon for Valley this season.
He's a guy you put in the Wildcat, you bring in jet sweeps, you throw it to him on the edge. Just been a good player all around.
1st and 10. And here comes Head. And he'll slash his way for 6. A 5-yard gain, I guess. It's 2nd down and 5. So we reach the 5-minute mark here of this third quarter. Valley led at halftime 17-3. They're up 20-10. And now just a few plays after the kickoff are at midfield. So it just seems like Cedar Falls has no answer to
this Valley offense. Has been very impressive.
Yeah.
Cedar Falls hasn't been run on like this all year.
Strong side to the right. That's the way Provenza will follow the big tight end Anderson, and picks up the needed yardage to move the sticks. Ball now resting at the Cedar Falls 44.
It seems like there's always a little seam for their running back or quarterback to get at least 3 or 4 yards before they have to make a decision.
Last week, Cedar Falls beat Ankeny Centennial. They're coached by Jerry Pizzetti, one of the co-coaches, along with his son, the all-time leader in wins in the state of Iowa. Now the Tigers go against Gary Swenson, 4th all-time in wins.
No breaks.
Yeah. Quick pass. There he is. Price. Anderson with a block, and just like that, another 10-yard gain.
Just great design here by Valley. You know, if you want to stack the box, then they're going to flip it out to Price. If you want to guard Price on the edge, then we're going to run it up the middle. And they've done a really good job of kind of getting to the right play almost all the time.
Drew Gertis with the stop for Cedar Falls. He's just short of the 1st down. 2nd down, about a half-yard coming up here for Valley. That makes this kind of a dangerous play, because they can kind of open up the playbook here. Provenza, quick pitch, and this is Aiden Price, 30, 25, and finally wrestled out of bounds near the 23.
It's like, guess who again?
Yeah. So here's Valley. The last 4 possessions, they had an 80-yard drive that ended with a touchdown, a 68-yard drive that ended with a touchdown, and a 91 and 80 yards that resulted in field goals. So they have just...
Yeah, it hasn't been the major big play, but it's been like every play is 5 to 10 yards. You just hard time to deal with that.
1st and 10. Valley trying to work their way into the semis, and there's Damon Head. 1st down. You were talking about earlier, John. It looks like Cedar Falls did a good job with the stop, but it's still about a 4-yard gain.
Exactly.
So
we stopped him for a 4-yard gain. Well, I think for Cedar Falls to have a chance, they really got to keep them out of the end zone here. Force them another field goal where they can get 2 touchdowns themselves.
Noah Kraft split wide to the left here for Valley. The dangerous Xavier Robinson to the right. Going to run a reverse, and Price makes a man miss in the backfield.
Big tackle there by Russell.
Pumped up after that tackle.
Well, he knows it too. He knows it too. That's a big play. Sets up 3rd and about 8 here. Just missed him here on the reverse, but Russell's able to step up. Good closing speed from Russell too.
It was Ian Bonenkamp who almost got the elusive Aiden Price in the backfield. And then Russell cleans it up, and now it's 3rd down and 7.
This is the play of the game so far to me.
Provenza gets a snap, quick pass. They go to Price, cuts inside, and makes a couple men miss on that last spin. It looks like he got enough for the 1st down.
It's almost like Cedar Falls had a pretty good idea that was coming and still couldn't stop it.
Aiden Price, a huge game today. Came in with 44 receptions. He's been a
Plays a
featured
lot like
weapon.
that classic slot receiver like a Wes Welker or Julian Edelman kind of thing where he gets the ball all over the field and is extremely hard to tackle. How many times do you see him get brought down by the first guy? Almost never.
It's 1st and 10 at the 11. Valley again trying to break open this game. Head tripped up and only picks up a couple. Drew Gertis with the ankle tackle.
Kind of a run blitz there. I think you're going to see Cedar Falls take some chances here defensively.
Cedar Falls in the playoffs for the 6th straight year, 18th time in the last 19 years. And Valley in the playoffs for the 31st straight year. Price lined up here on the near side. 44 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. It's a 2nd down and 8. Now they'll run Provenza. And the quarterback takes it all the way in for the touchdown. So he takes it in from the 9-yard line all the way into the end zone. And the Valley comes right back after that Cedar Falls touchdown with another long, time-consuming drive.
Such a weapon there. Provenza is so hard to stop. Great response there from Valley. Cedar Falls scores and Valley just responds right back with another touchdown.
Provenza now is rushed for his 11th touchdown of the year. Extra point. Looks good. The referee says it is. And Valley back up by 17 again. 27-10. Aiden Price really hurting Cedar Falls on this drive. Well-designed plays by the Valley.
You see all these plays, and it's 7 yards, it's 10 yards, it's 12 yards, it's 5 yards, and just wears you down. You know, defensively, you're giving a maximum effort on every play, and it just gets frustrating when they gain 7, 10, 12 yards.
Yeah, that was that big 3rd down play. And Michael Provenza finishes it off on the 9-yard run. Gary Swenson talking to his senior quarterback. He's had a very solid
Price saying, besides that first pass, you've been excellent.
Taking a look at upcoming events here on Cedar Falls Community Television. Big game for the UNI Panthers against #1 ranked South Dakota State tomorrow. And then look at that. Winter sports season upon us. High school basketball, girls wrestling. Of course, that sport is now sanctioned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. UNI basketball, swimming, wrestling, mercy. This fall sports season just blew by. Russell, he'll take it from the 1. And it's going to be
good open field tackle there.
Excellent
play. It might have been
Smines. Sam Smines. Cedar Falls with 31 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter at their own 17-yard line. Fifth all-time meeting between these two teams. And again, all 5 meetings have occurred here at the UNI-Dome. Valley on their way to beating Cedar Falls for the 3rd consecutive time. Cedar Falls can mount a huge comeback here, down by 17. And Drake Gelhaus has had a good night. Takes the ball across the 20. Going to mark him at the 21-yard line.
It feels like every drive Cedar Falls has had some things go right and been effective to a degree, but they've had a hard time just finishing it off.
And that will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. So West Des Moines Valley has built 17-point lead heading into the 4th. 27-10. We'll be back with the final 12 minutes of action here in this Class 5A quarterfinal game from the UNI-Dome. Right after this, this is Cedar Falls High School football on Cedar Falls Community Television.
I am proud to work at Cedar Falls Utilities simply for the reputation that we have within the community. I love serving our customers, our community, and helping them with the needs when they come to us.
It's just really just is a collection of people working toward a shared goal for their community. And I think that's evident in everything we do.
I think our roles are important to customers. Simply, we get to help people and businesses do life every day.
Cedar Falls sideline, defensive unit. Needs to be a little bit gassed right now as Valley has been incredibly effective offensively tonight. They have built a big lead heading into the fourth, 27-10. Tate Hermanson, first play of the final quarter, throws it out in the flat, and there's Ethan Beneke, tight end, who has not been a target too many times this year. Pulls down his third reception of the year, and that's a first down catch.
There's plenty of space there. Woods kind of runs the coverage off, and Beneke slides in behind. Nice throw by Hermanson there, and good catch.
Hermanson now. Hermanson who caught a touchdown pass in that third quarter with a nice reception to his Ethan Beneke. Hermanson will work out of the gun. Going to run the option. He'll keep the football, puts his head down, and knifes his way up to about the 39, 38-yard line.
Good decision there on first down. The pitch was covered, so take it upfield and get what you can.
Cedar Falls, one point in the year they were 2-2 after consecutive losses to Cedar Rapids Prairie and Ankeny Centennial. They're struggling, but then turned things around. They've won 6 consecutive games, including that playoff contest last week in the first round. But right now they're trailing by 17. Back to pass over the middle, ball deflected, hangs in the air. I think that was caught by Cedar Falls.
Derek Woods on the reception there.
Oh,
they're setting up kind of a wide receiver screen to him, and had that ball not been tipped, it might have been a big play.
Naba or Fountain, it appeared to have got a hand on that. Yeah, it was Ramez Naba, and that precariously hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, and that was a smart play by the Valley defensive line there. They didn't get blocked, so they got their hands up ready to tip that pass.
3rd down and 4 at the 38. Showing blitz is Valley. Pitch to the left. Gelhaus. And then he stops short of the first down, and now you're down by 17. Ball though
looks
at
like
the
Cedar
41-yard line.
Here.
They quickly line up.
Sides.
4th down, about 2 yards. They pack it in tight. So does Valley. And trying to draw West Des Moines Valley off sides is Cedar Falls. And good discipline
yep.
by West Des Moines Valley. They don't bite. And now Cedar Falls has to spend a timeout.
Well, yeah, I know they're bringing some of the punt guys over, but you almost have to go for it at some point here, because Valley's offense has just been moving the ball so well, and you're going to have to score 3 times. It's going to be a hard time getting the ball back that many times.
Well, usually you see successful high school football programs. It's continuity at head coach. And both of these coaches have been around for a long time. Gary Swenson, as we mentioned, 48 years of coaching, 28th year at West Des Moines Valley. Cedar Falls head coach Brad Remmert, now in his 18th year.
These are both definitely destination jobs. It's somewhere you want to be and somewhere you want to get to, and once you get there, build a good staff and have a lot of success.
The other quarterfinal games tonight, Dowling Catholic, Waukee Northwest. That's a good matchup. Southeast Polk and Prairie, Johnston and Ankeny. Man, some great games tonight. 5A.
Yeah.
Cedar Falls going for it. They have to. 4th down and 2, down by 17. Gelhaus, right side of the line of scrimmage.
He got it.
And the mark, and it appears that'll move the chains, and Cedar Falls picks up enough. Going for it deep in their own territory, but having to, down by 17.
Good fight there by Gelhaus. No, he knows he's got to get some tough yards in there.
As a coach, John, in a situation like that, are you breathing?
No. No. You're nervous the whole time.
Cedar Falls led 3-0 early, but it's been Valley putting together strong offensive attack tonight as Hermanson deep down the field looking for Woods. He makes the catch. And Derek Woods, playing with the broken thumb on his left hand, makes the catch on a perfectly thrown ball by Tate Hermanson.
Great pass. Look at that.
Gage Olson with pretty good coverage too for Valley.
He couldn't have dropped it in there any better, but you have to give Woods credit. Everyone knows how tough he is, and come back and play with a broken thumb or broken hand is impressive.
Yeah, he did not play in the final 2 regular season games for Cedar Falls and missed the first round playoff game, and just wanted to help Cedar Falls. And how about that? Makes a nice catch. Gelhaus forward for 2. Time now becoming a factor here with 9 minutes to go, and it's a lot of time you would think, but Cedar Falls down by 17. They need touchdowns.
And the way Valley is able to get first downs, they just have a really hard time stopping them, but it's been another good drive here for the Tigers. They've definitely responded here in the second half.
78th all-time playoff game for Cedar Falls. Coming in the night, Cedar Falls 37-15 in the playoffs in games played here at the UNI-Dome. Logan Rowe in motion to the left. Junior quarterback Hermanson, pocket closing, pumps once. Now he'll just throw the ball into the stands and throws it away.
And he had to there. There's nowhere to go with it. Nobody seemed to be open, so don't take the sack and don't turn it over. 3rd
down coming up, but actually probably 4 down territory, of course, for Cedar Falls in this trying to come back situation.
Valley had really good coverage there on the outside. Look like they were trying to go to Rowe kind of on a post route, or corner route, sorry, and wasn't there.
Cedar Falls, 3 wideouts to the right. Smith, Rowe, and Woods. I'm going to throw it to Rowe. He's going to throw it right back up, and it's an incomplete pass. They're trying to find Gelhaus. And that's a low throw and incomplete. Rowe threw the Tiger touchdown last quarter.
I'm guessing Cedar Falls will kick a field goal here. So you got to get 3 scores anyways. You got to stop them and get the ball back, score touchdowns.
Ball to 23, so it'll be a 40-yard field goal attempt. Jake Holstein made one from 42 in the first quarter. Kick on the way, and again, a lot of leg, and both kickers have been impressive tonight. Holstein, perfect, and it's now 27-13.
Gonna have an offensive explosion here in the second half. Both teams are moving the ball up and down the field.
Jake Holstein, senior, and getting 2 field goals in this quarterfinal game. There's that big, some of the highlights in that scoring drive. Derek Woods with that big catch. Holstein's going to be missed next year for Cedar Falls.
Definitely a special weapon in special teams.
That bionic leg of his.
He usually makes all of his kicks till you jinx him. That's usually how it works.
I know. Don't have to remind me. That's been brought up several times throughout the course of the season. So Gary Swenson just hoping his offense continues to do what they've done throughout the night.
They're just chewing up clock and getting first downs.
Kevin Ferguson is the offensive coordinator for West Des Moines Valley. Defensive coordinator is Willie Thornton.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see an onside kick here. That's kind of what Valley is preparing for.
How many miles do you think Brian Remmert's paced on the sidelines?
Today or over the years?
Tonight.
Oh, man.
Seems like
that's how you stay in good shape.
He has been moving up and down throughout the course of this game. Holstein ready to kick off. Just 8:14 remaining. So Cedar Falls defense hoping for a big stop. They're going to give a chance here. Here's Aiden Price, who's had the huge night. Well, nobody can get him on that first attempted tackle, can they?
The only way to get him is after he's kind of off balance, after he's made 2 or 3 guys miss, and the 3rd or 4th guy can get him.
I bet he was just tremendous in flag football.
Almost untackleable.
They moved the ball to the 32-yard line, and this is where West Des Moines Valley take over. Again, they have scored on their last 5 offensive possessions.
Gonna lean on that big offensive line here, I think.
Damon Head gets the handoff, and look at that. Just seen that a lot tonight. It was just quick dashes following the center, and that's a pickup of 8-9 yards.
Good sportsmanship too here. You see the Valley offensive lineman, picking up the Tiger offensive or defensive lineman, and just been good sportsmanship all night too. And it's both teams are very good teams. It's an honor to be in the quarterfinals, and it's been a well-played game, a hard-fought game so far. So good to see that.
2nd down and 1. There was a 9-yard pickup on 1st down by junior running back Damon Head. Provenza gives it ahead again. This time, he's going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage. Speedy Drew Gertis. Tackle for a loss, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 coming up.
The advantage for Cedar Falls is the Valley goes side to side. They go straight forward. We've had a problem with that, but if you get him going side to side, Gertis has the speed to chase him down.
As we approach the 7-minute mark remaining in the ball game, Cedar Falls desperate to get the football back. Can they stop him on 3rd down and 2? This is where we've seen Provenza hurt the Tigers with his feet. They'll go with Damon Head, and he'll pick up the needed yardage. They needed 2. They get about 5, and it's going to be 1st and 10, and more valuable time will be ticking off the clock here.
Like Head just decided here, I'm not going to go to the outside. I'm just putting my shoulder pads down, and all I need is 2 yards.
Class 5A quarterfinal playoff action here on Cedar Falls Community Television. Glad you could join us. Mark Simpson along with John Yoakum. Those 2 powers in 5A going head to head here under the roof here at the Dome on this Friday evening. Provenza gets the high snap. Head running around the left, and
big hit by Campbell.
Drew Campbell makes his presence known. Haven't said his name as much as we have in some games, John. And Drew Campbell, though, he is a dominating defensive end.
Yeah, you got to commend Valley for that too. They obviously know what kind of player he is, and done a good job blocking him tonight. I don't feel like there's been the obvious holds against him that we've seen a lot in some of these games. They've done a good job of getting into him a little bit.
He's on his 2nd, 3rd jersey this year.
Yeah, exactly.
The other ones have been ripped up because of it's like holding on the opponents this year. 2nd down and 12. One of the rare times working out of a hold is Valley. Head spins his way up to the 47-yard line. 5:22 remains in the game here.
This again is a big 3rd down here. Cedar Falls get a stop. They may even call timeout.
Cedar Falls has 2 timeouts remaining in the game. Now this is critical. Cedar Falls hopes to mount a comeback attempt. They got to stop him here. Provenza, the senior quarterback, gets a snap, looking to throw. He's under pressure, dodges one tackler, sidearm throw, making the catch is Kraft, and he will pick up the needed yardage for a 1st down. What a play by the quarterback.
It's all Provenza here. You see it, we get a guy through, and he just slips through. It's like he just steps up in the pocket and has the awareness to flip it out in the flat there, and big 1st down for Valley.
Noah Kraft with the catch, and that might seal the deal here, even though there's 4:41 remaining. 1st and 10. The ball now at the Cedar Falls 43-yard line. Provenza, he's been impressive tonight. Damon Head, junior. Tigers all over him this time as Cedar Falls buries them right at midfield.
Effort is still really good here from Cedar Falls defensively. And they've been in a lot of good spots, so just the Valley players have been able to make the moves to get free, and Cedar Falls swarmed them there.
That is a red wave of Cedar Falls Tigers. Kind of hard when both teams have the same mascot name tonight, both Tigers.
I caught myself saying that Tigers did this or Tigers did that, but they're both Tigers.
It's a second down and 13.
Almost like a false start there.
Hayden Price in the Wildcat. And it's second down and 17 now coming up here for West Des Moines Valley. Now, the winners of tonight's quarterfinal games, then they'll reseed.
Yep.
And we'll have the semifinals coming up next week. So
you know, and I think the three of the 4 teams that Valley lost to could easily be the other 3 if Valley was able to make it through tonight. Ankeny, Southeast Polk, and Dowling.
Second down, 19, ball at the 49. Provenza running the football and a quarterback draw. Smart doesn't go out of bounds as he's tackled at the 45.
Cedar Falls is going to take time out here, but again, you'll see it's the 3rd or 4th guy that hits him. There's 1 miss. There's 2, and then it's the 3rd and 4th guy that gets him. It's just never the 1st or 2nd guy.
Well-coached team. He understood the situation. Could have easily ran to the sidelines. Instead, stays in play. And Cedar Falls with 3:27 uses their 2nd timeout. I want to mention in the Class 5A championship game, former Cedar Falls Tiger Terrence Freeney will be inducted into this year's Iowa High School Athletic Association's Football Hall of Fame. Freeney led Cedar Falls to the 4A finals in 1999, 2-time All-State running back. His senior year, just incredible numbers. In 11 games, he rushed for 2,746 yards, finished with 6,582 yards in his career. Also played at UNI and was the Panthers' top rusher on their 2005 national runner-up team. So Terrence Freeney, tremendous athlete, and he's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame coming up in that state championship game, 5A state championship game on November 18th.
I'd say they're pretty well deserved there.
Oh. He has records in the Cedar Falls history book that will never, I doubt will ever be broken. Provenza looking to throw. Flag comes out. Now he's going to run with it, and he will step out of bounds.
You know, that's actually good for Cedar Falls. If they decline it, he goes out of bounds. It saves the time.
3:19 shows on the clock. So I would imagine Cedar Falls will decline this.
I think you have to.
Now 4th down and 10 coming up. I think we might see for the first time tonight Dawson Stein, the punter.
Kind of like the Maytag repairman, the loneliest guy in America, or whatever that is.
Yeah, Dawson Stein coming in tonight. This will only be his 28th punt of the year. Cedar Falls gets the punt return out there quickly. Stein averages 34 yards a punt. Ben Russell will be the return man for the Tigers at the 10. Stein kicks it straight ahead, and Russell watches it go out of bounds inside the 15. Referee's going to spot the ball at the 10, it appears, and 3:11 to go. Cedar Falls hoping that's not 3:11 left in their season. They'll take over here with 90 yards away from getting back into this ball game.
You know, and this is where you're going to take some chances. You know, you have a turnover, it is what it is, but you get to send the ball down the field a little bit here.
Cedar Falls ranked 5th in the final Radio Iowa High School football rankings. Valley number 10. As Hermanson trying to direct a late comeback here for Cedar Falls. Rolls to his left. And throw it away. Stops the clock. 3:06 remaining. So again, Hermanson this year has only thrown one interception. You see his smart play calling. That's what the coaches love about him, is that not going to force the issue.
I do think, though, at this point, though, I think they would encourage him. If you have a shot downfield, go ahead and take it. You got to take some chances now.
Linebacker Tristan Irvin with the pressure on that last play. Out of the gun. 2nd down and 10. Looking left. Throws it. Logan Rowe makes the catch for Cedar Falls. Dives forward. Gain about 7. 3rd and short. Right now, time becoming a huge issue. 2:51 remaining. And for Valley right now, just don't give up that big play.
Keep him in front of you. Try to keep it in bounds.
They'll try to run for the 1st down with the quarterback, Hermanson. And I'm not sure he's going to be short.
Let's say look close.
Yeah. They're going to say out at the 19. It's going to be a 4th down. Oh, this is going to be 2 yards short.
Well, this is one play where you could run it and then have a second play called or have a second idea of what you want to do here. But this would definitely be the game here if Valley's able to stop them.
2:38 remaining. I'm going to say 4th and 1 coming up for Cedar Falls. If Valley holds here, they're into the semifinals. Drake Gelhaus gets the handoff. Going to be caught.
Nowhere to go.
Behind the line of scrimmage, and Valley will take over. 2:33 to go. They can just go into victory formation here. So Cedar Falls gives up the ball on downs, and Valley.
Big play there by Castle. Gets off the block and gets through there for Valley.
Theron Castle, the middle linebacker. Cedar Falls, 1 timeout remaining.
Well, it's been a great year for Cedar Falls, no matter what happens here to finish this out. Dealing with the injuries they've dealt with and finding a way to go from 2-2 to this point in the season has been pretty impressive. And tip the cap to Valley as well, and good luck to them if they hold on here.
1st and 10. Provenza and that Valley offense out on the field. I'm sure they're going to keep the ball on the ground, and it's Damon Head. Yeah, I guess that's something we didn't mention because the injuries happened so earlier in the year. Tigers, 5 starters, 5 key guys that would have played huge roles for Cedar Falls this season, lost for the season with
and
injuries.
These players stepped up in different weeks, different guys, and the coaching staff found a way to make them be successful. And hats off to them and the fight they've shown tonight. Both teams have played really hard. It's been a clean game, and that's what the quarterfinals should be at this point. So
it's a 2nd down and 10. Under 2 minutes to go. Darius Mason
another procedure penalty
was the big back in the 1st half for Valley. He got shaken up there. Then we've seen more Damon Head. I'm sure it's just precautionary and holding out Mason probably for the semifinals.
Yeah, you hope he's healthy there. And nice thing for Valley is it seems like they have a loaded backfield there. They have lots of guys that can carry the ball, and they've been successful with almost all of them.
2nd and 15. Down 1 minute 49 remaining in the game. Valley up by 14. Here at the UNI-Dome in this 5A quarterfinal. Head bangs away, taking the ball to the 20. Want to make sure I give a shout out to this tremendous Cedar Falls community television crew. How many hours they put in preparing for each game here at the Dome. And throughout the course of the week, getting prepared. And it's been an honor to work with you, ladies and gentlemen, throughout the course of the season. John, thank you as well.
Thanks for having me. It's been a blast. I enjoy it every year.
It has been another exciting season of high school football to cover with Cedar Falls this year. It's going to end here in the quarterfinals as Valley watching the play clock, and they'll take the penalty. Just a minute. Oh, they did take the timeout. Minute and 4 seconds to go as they use the timeout. Here's our play of the game. It was 7-3. Valley with the lead, and then this opened up the game. That perfect strike, 31 yards. Michael Provenza to Xavier Robinson. There's the sophomore with that over-the-shoulder catch. That opened up the lead to 14-3. And just too big a margin for Cedar Falls to come back from.
Yeah. Robinson was hard to deal with all night.
So this West Des Moines Valley team, John, going to be a tough opponent to beat. They certainly
if it goes by seeding, you know, they're going to have a chance to avenge a loss, and they're a great program with good coaching, and I'm sure they'd welcome that opportunity to get another chance at one of those teams.
They have faced the top 4 teams in the state this year. Record deceiving, 6-4. Down to a minute and 4 seconds to go. We got a 3rd down and 11. The ball at the Cedar Falls 20-yard line here late in the game. And head. A couple hard-fought yards. Cedar Falls knows they're just going to be running right up the middle.
Cedar Falls took time out here for 4th down. Yeah, I mean, it'd take a miracle, a touchdown onside and another touchdown if there's a missed field goal, if they run a play here. But at this point in the season, you got to take a chance.
So it's going to be a 4th and 10 coming up the ball at the 19-yard line for West Des Moines Valley. Fell behind 3-0. They turned the ball over, and Cedar Falls, that's what they wanted. The defense with Ben Russell with a pick. Jake Holstein kicked a 42-yard field goal, 3-0. Then Valley responded with 20 consecutive points. And that offense really, Cedar Falls defense, which had been their strength all season long, just didn't have an answer this evening.
Yeah, Valley was extremely impressive offensively. And the biggest thing, like you said, is our defense has been so good all year. And it looked like they were able to move the ball pretty effectively tonight.
So 4th down and 10. Our situation. And I think Valley will keep it pretty vanilla, and they'll run up the middle, and they do. So
you don't want to get a field goal blocked in return for a touchdown or something weird like that. Just see what Cedar Falls can pull out here.
55 seconds to go as Valley gives up the ball on down. So Cedar Falls will get one more offensive possession here. Down by 14. You do the hook and ladder here. You're trying to come up with some exotic play.
I remember that play against Prairie last year. We got thrown back across the field to the quarterback in a long run. And
it was like a double pass, if I recall. Last second win for Cedar Falls on the road in Cedar Rapids. Hermanson, just a quick curl in, and that's incomplete. Caden Smith, the intended receiver.
They're going to run a hook and ladder there with Derek Woods.
Coverage made by Gage Olson. Sophomores played well tonight. 52 seconds remaining. 2nd down and 10. And it's going to be a reverse. Now they're going to try to do an exotic play, but Rowe will have no chance to throw the football as he's smothered by a trio of Tigers.
I was ready for it there.
Yeah. DJ Lewis among others on the stop for Valley, and the clock ticks away. 32 seconds to go. Now it's a 3rd down, about 18 yards coming up here for Cedar Falls. So I think waving the white flag here at Cedar Falls. Nope, they're going to try one more play here. This could be it for the Tigers here in this 2022 season. Drake Gelhaus, who else would get the handoff, and the outstanding running back. Darts his way across the 25. 4 seconds remaining in the ball game. Another strong game by Drake Gelhaus. He'll be coming back next year for Cedar Falls, but this season will end here in the quarterfinals of the Class 4A playoffs.
A lot to be proud of here for Cedar Falls, and good luck to Valley here moving on.
Valley will move to the semifinals. They're going to improve now to 7-4 on the season. Cedar Falls will end at 8-3. The last play of the 2022 season for Cedar Falls. And we have no delay a game against the Tigers here. So now it's going to be a 4th down and 7. So a 6-game winning streak for Cedar Falls will come to an end tonight. Tigers will be awarded the trophy for advancing to the quarterfinals of the playoffs as Gelhaus gain of a couple. And West Des Moines Valley looks good on the road as they defeat Cedar Falls here at the UNI-Dome this evening. 27-13 is your final score. Great season for Cedar Falls, picking up 8 wins, getting the first round playoff win, but Valley just a better team.
They looked really good tonight, and I was impressed with how physical they were. They look strong, and good luck to them.
Gary Swenson now 391 wins in his career as Valley moving on to the semifinals again. So a great season of Cedar Falls football on Cedar Falls Community Television comes to a close here in the postseason. Again, John, thanks for your help all season long.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been a blast.
So for the coach, John Yoakum, and the rest of our very talented Cedar Falls Community Television crew, I'm Mark Simpson, and you've been watching Cedar Falls Tiger football on Cedar Falls Community Television.
The Iowa High School Athletic Association needs your help to add registered sports officials this school year. Officials are needed at all levels in all IHSAA sanctioned sports. Officiating allows you to stay close to the action while serving as a community leader. And in Iowa, high school and junior high games can't take place without them. Visit www.ihsaa.org/officials or highschoolofficials.com for more information. Help the IHSAA add one today.